Good evening. Welcome to episode 23 of NerdinIn. This is a place where we have a lot of really cool homies, just like you out there, getting together and just curating a number of topics and dissecting shit just the way we do. Flip it, smack it up, flip it, and we rub it down. Oh no. And I'm Omar, and I'm from Dallas.
I'm from Sean and no. I'm Sean from the Midwest, and I would not characterize anything that we do that way.
I'm Paul. I'm in California, sunny California, for another like 24 hours before it starts raining again.
Awesome. It's so good to have you back, Paul.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
It's been it's been a few months, but it's always definitely just good vibes. And we got our OG bro here. I was thinking about you, man. I was thinking about like how of all my Clicks homies, I think you're the first person I met. Because I think I started like dabbling in it in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I think one of my first tournaments was when I played you. When I played, I was like, I skipped out of work and just went to go play in a tournament.
Yeah, that was what, Incredible Hulk or Infinity Gauntlet?
I'm not sure.
Which one?
I'm not sure, but is it Game Quest or what was the one down on like
Divisadero?
Divisadero, yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Anyways, not sure if it's open anymore, but yeah, man, it's awesome to have you on.
Yeah, good to be back.
Right on. So we're just going to jump right into stuff. Obviously, one of the major topics that just makes the nerds unite is GameStop and how, they're a perfect example of, pieces of shit in Wall Street, just, being greedy and thinking they can do some things. And things not really working out for them in their favor. Sean, you've actually were the first of all of us to really jump on this shit.
Yeah.
Tell us what's up.
Yeah. Can you turn on screen sharing?
Oh yes, of course. Shit.
Yep. So there was this subreddit called Wallstreet Bets, and one of the users on there called Deep Fucking Value. He had been doing some research on what hedge funds were doing, and they were massively shorting various companies, and one of them was GameStop. They were so greedy to the point that not only were they shorting the stock, they were shorting 138% of the stock. So like over the numbers available of the stock. So Wallstreet Bets, if you're not familiar with it, it's a subreddit where it's not politically correct. They call each other autists, apes. There's a lot of cuck jokes, and there's a lot of jokes of them. They call their gains tendies, but the subreddit was mainly posts about how much people lost on just bad buys and bad options that people have put money into. But they had the idea to all start buying GameStop stock. And this was just, people would post their predictions of what could happen if everyone went up against the shorts. So basically keeping the stocks away from the hedge funds. So when it was due for these various funds to return the stocks, there's none available because people keep on buying them up, and that drove I don't know how far back it was, but it was like a $5 stock, and now it's at like over $300 right now. And so this past week, when all these people were using primarily Robinhood to buy, Robinhood at one point started to well, it might have been built in, but they were freezing the stock as it was, starting to climb, and that caused it to fall. And when it fell and it was frozen, I guess what people are saying is in the background, these funds go in and they start, kind of closing their shorts on their own terms when it was frozen. And then it got so bad that they stopped the ability to buy into the GameStop stock, and you could only sell it. And that caused the price to fall artificially. And then in after hours, it climbed back up. So they are basically manipulating the market. It's very illegal. People should go to jail for this. But the bastards, these fund managers and the people in government, they're going to point fingers at, oh, you're on Wall Street bets, and you're the ones actually doing the colluding because you're telling everyone to buy this and everyone's buying together. But they have literally frozen the exchanges to allow them to adjust and try to not lose as much. But right now they've lost billions of dollars because of Wall Street bets, and it's one of the few examples where they're regular everyday people are hitting back at Wall Street, because Occupy Wall Street, what did that really do? This is actually hitting them where it hurts, actually taking money out of their hedge funds.
Yeah, man. So like, I think I heard about one company already going bankrupt, which a major hedge fund company, because I guess they had to buy back some of the stocks, right? Is that how it works?
So basically, when you're short selling, you have a contract. You don't actually own any stocks yet. So you're basically renting out someone else's stock and you sell it immediately, hoping that you can buy it back at a much lower price. And then when a certain time comes, you return the stock to the original owners. So that difference in price is where you're profiting. Now, this is, it doesn't help the economy. It doesn't help the companies that you're shorting. It actually is probably accelerating GameStop's death. So by doing this, all the Redditors actually are saving GameStop and help them out of a $600 million debt. So yeah, it's what the Redditors are doing is actually beneficial to the economy.
Yeah, and those stocks, they're contracted to buy them back. That's really because they drew up the contract. I think that's like them digging their own grave. Hi.
Welcome, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Yo.
We have a double Paul episode.
Yeah.
The DP and not the Deadpool. The double Paulatration. So fancy. Oh. All right.
Yeah, I think the two of you guys met though at the ROC back in 2014.
What state were we in? Ohio?
No, it was in California.
Oh, ROC. Sorry, I get them all
yeah.
confused. Yeah. I walked away for good reason.
And I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. There's
Asian
a lot more
gambling.
There's a lot more people that are going to be walking away very soon. Another topic we'll be discussing.
Okay.
Later on.
Not a fan of the Fantastic Four set coming out, I take it.
I'm a big fan of it. I'm kind of bummed about like all the rules and, I mean, at this point, really, all of us are just like HeroClix collectors because no one's really playing unless you like to, jump on, I guess, D20 or expose yourself like Sean.
Well, keep that to yourself. No, I really wish they would have taken advantage of like Google Glasses and had all the rules, like have a HUD for your because I know they had an online like beta, right, for HeroClix, but because we were like over metaing everything and there would be rules updates, I was to the point where it's like I build way too complicated for me to use builds when the reality, like team bases, was horrible. The new cards, what are they called? ID cards, where it's just like Marvel versus Capcom, and then some guy is just hopping in and like happy birthday, and I don't know. It was very, very frustrating time to stay.
Yeah, now they have what's called like team up cards, which is kind of the same version of it, but instead of like jumping in, you just have stupid synergies.
Yeah.
So,
Ugh. And then power batteries. That was my era. And the seven deadly sins. Bat cycle, Batmobile, GCPD cop car can have 17 on the on the map.
yeah, those were not good times. Those were not good times. Well, back to the
GameStop?
with GameStop. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so Sean? You pointed out. You said that GameStop most likely is going to stay around, or do you? I mean, what do you? I mean,
I think they're still gonna die off because it's like the old Blockbuster model. You have physical games versus the digital games that everyone's been using during the pandemic. Just sit at home and download stuff.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to go to GameStop and get their stupid gutted copies and have them try to upsell you some stupid warranty that costs like half the game.
yeah, and COVID kind of killed it off too, right? Because I mean, really, no one's wanting to go into a shop, especially a video game shop, and like as much as they have exclusive skins and stuff. Really, I mean, no, you can just buy it online or whatever. It's not like you really care that much about having paint Doctor Doom or something, or I don't know.
All their employees are like forced to upsell you on pre-orders or warranties or whatever else, and like I think that alone, people hated that, and selling new games that were pre-gutted because they wanted to put the cover on the shelf and then hold the disc behind the front desk or whatever. So
yeah, the Funko Pops, I feel like that was their first, I hate using these terms, but it was chemo. Like they had to pivot to buying used phones and tablets. They and that didn't do anything. And then exclusives, like convention exclusives. Because GameStop is not, I don't know. It's not a good spot.
yeah. So the short was basically accelerating their death. And like, we do have a podcaster that may or may not work at GameStop, and these Redditors are helping his job stay alive for a little while longer. So
yeah. Also too, like Xbox Game Pass, it's $10 a month, the same price as PS Plus, and you get free games. They might be 1 year old, but they're still like, AAA titles like Control Ultimate Edition. It's a 2019 game. You're getting free this month in February. And then you don't have to worry about filling up your hard drive. That's
a big deal.
Yeah, because games are like 80 gigabytes if you're playing like Fortnite or Call of Duty Warzone. So most, even my friend's PS5, it's a SSD. It's like 512. So that's going to fill up quick.
yeah, but they're streaming like server side. So yeah, the Game Pass,
yeah,
it's a really good deal for yeah, $10 a month is like nothing. That's like less than your Netflix subscription or whatever.
Yeah, if you're not a parasite like the rest of us. Like who's the world mind? Who's the source?
So like with GameStop being like the big, I guess, talk on, at least mainstream news, like this is something that's not new though, right? Haven't they been doing that with like Nokia and like AMC and
those? So along with GameStop, those other ones that you just mentioned, and I think Palantir, and then now those, I think there were 4 of them mentioned on Wall Street Bets, and they were all affected, and where you could not buy anymore, and they started freezing during trades. And then now they've limited where you can only buy one of
on
those,
Robinhood.
which, I mean, what's the point of that? But it's bled over to like Starbucks and I think American Airlines, or there's other stocks now that are affected that aren't even part of the Wall Street Bets small list of stocks that they were gonna go up against the hedge funds with. So
it's easy to
so
squeeze.
it is a squeeze. So Monday is going to be crazy. Next week's going to be crazy. The Robinhood CEO came out and made some kind of bullshit, really patronizing statements. Or like, he was saying, we did it to protect our users from themselves. And I'm like,
What?
The users are trying to buy more so they can make money and send a message to Wall Street. And
God.
so 40% of Robinhood's funds are from a hedge fund called Citadel. Robinhood says, okay, we don't charge you any fees, and we're here for the little guy. They sell the little guy's information to Citadel, who then can place orders based off of that information. So they're always a step ahead. So there's all kinds of inbreeding and just bullshit. And the current Treasury Secretary, I don't like what her past was. And then you have all these fun people and CNBC just dogging on the Redditors. So
yeah, Galloway on Twitter, I don't know the guy's first name, but he was like, yeah, this is because males aren't having sex, and this was a giant fuck you because of their sexual frustration to the bourgeoisie. And
well,
it's like,
there is
what?
there is a theory that people had nothing better to do during the pandemic. Some were just, stuck at home and couldn't work. So, they started looking this stuff up and figuring out things they could do. And yeah, it might have contributed to this, but.
Well, how long was the Reddit thread? Like, how long ago did it post up? Like 4 years ago? Or
Oh, the subreddit's been around for a while. It's been around for years. And the guy, Deep Fucking Value, he posted his stuff a while ago,
Mhm.
at least like half a year ago, or maybe more. But yeah, he was going all in on it. Like,
Didn't he make like 43 mil or something?
yeah, something insane.
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's so crazy.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys watched that movie, The Big Short,
I
where they were
did.
betting against like all the real estate bullshit.
The 2008 bubble.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the everyday person on Robinhood betting against Wall Street. It's definitely a David versus Goliath type of situation. And hopefully we'll see some of the more progressive lawmakers. I know AOC's been very
Vocal about
vocal about
Robinhood.
it. Even
being
some people
investigated.
from the right were agreeing with her. So
Ted Cruz.
yeah, and she told him to fuck off, basically. So yeah, there's people from both sides that were kind of disturbed by Robinhood's actions. So
They tried to. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they tried to have like checking accounts or bank accounts when they weren't they didn't have the qualifications or certifications to do that. And that was like the first big strike against Robinhood on the grounds and then they kind of pulled it back because they weren't making money from having no fees like other online things. So they would make, I can't remember, I think they would make the brokerage pay them for having like a easier service for the plebs like me to buy my one stock of AMD. And that's how they make their money. So
yeah, but other exchanges were also doing the same thing. They were limiting buys on the same stocks and stuff. So There needs to be some changes in, at least in this country, of what these Wall Street people can do.
It's the meta,
Yeah.
man. It's like
Yeah.
HeroClix.
I mean,
No,
not to get
it's basically like if you had a judge in HeroClix, when you were winning in the game, change the game so that you would start losing to your opponent. They changed the rules in the middle of the game when one side was winning.
Oh,
We're not
you're
there
talking
yet.
about, yeah. I meant before that though. The subreddit is kind of like, oh guys, you can like beat this super rare or this chase with like a common prime.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's all
essentially.
Alan ever did.
Yeah. But then they had a
Anyways.
ruling. They said it was broken. So now you're disqualified mid-tournament.
Yeah, not to get too political about things because
And
politics.
also just a warning, nothing we say right here is considered legal or financial advice. Just to cover
Thank
our
you.
butts.
Thank you. And yeah, there may be spoilers. So that's usually what we say. There may be spoilers. Shifting gears a little bit. Let's just talk about the shit that we normally talk about, and jump on to WandaVision. So I know we have a new episode, and it's just interesting how, again, the internet's just hated this new series that just felt so different. It had nothing to do with Marvel Studios, and they were just trying so hard. And then just after one episode that we just watched, now everyone's back, and now everyone loves it, and now everyone's circle jerking. What did you guys think?
I was going to give it to the other Paul. You've been very quiet.
I enjoyed it. I like that they pulled in all these fringe characters and kind of brought them in to kind of ground the series back into the rest of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, Randall Park.
So yeah.
Jimmy Woo.
Woo's back. That was awesome. I like his character. I like how he plays him. And I know the Darcy character was, I think, spoiled a while back, but it's kind of cool to see her back in her role there. But yeah, I guess the Monica Rambeau is kind of the unknown because she's newer. Last time we saw her, she was in Captain Marvel and like in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little kid in the movie.
So it's the first time we see her as an adult. So, and there's still a lot of mystery, just kind of peeling layers back here and there. But there's definitely some references to some of the comic book stuff, like House of M, when Wanda creates her own reality, eliminating mutants. So it's not quite the same, but it's definitely in that vein. So that was kind of cool.
Just want to jump in there for the House of M. I think it's so dope that, we knew, for those of us that were, kind of like knew about this WandaVision and what they were doing, and knowing that there'd be some connections to House of M. I felt like with the blip, when they opened the scene and it showed her kind of like redigitized, I felt like it did kind of have that vibe of like that House of M cover where, it's like little blocks and then coming reformed or, coming back together. I appreciated that. That was cool. And obviously too, I think we really haven't, the blip was like something that was kind of joked on, and they kind of touched on it a little bit, but we got to see just kind of like the chaos magic, like really how it works. And it's not necessarily always a good thing where, obviously she lost her mom, but now she's alive. So yeah, I do appreciate too. And we talked about this a bunch of times where it's like, kind of like, we can have these really good Marvel stories and they don't need to be these astronomical, crazy ass Thanos versus the world events. It could just be people trying to live, or people trying to obviously recapture their loved one going through shit, which I think is so, again, poignant with like what we're going through with COVID. And it's like some shit, if you had the power, you'd probably do the same thing, right?
Well, that's a really interesting point. How like she has to make her own home, just like us who are taking the pandemic seriously. We're like, learning how to make sourdough, which is kind of like a, ma- manipulation of reality, and that none of us know how to cook. I'm kidding.
I don't know how to cook.
No.
Omar knows this.
You could try, bro. You could try.
Yeah, we have I have a show called The Keeg WandaVision After Show. So we debut it at 1 a.m. and we've been going hard on the deep dives for all the clues. And spoiler alert, I don't know if because okay, so Norm and Dottie, they're like married. It's the guy with the mustache, and then Anya from Buffy, the
Okay.
blonde. Yeah, she's Arcana, her name. So
Uh-huh.
from Squadron Supreme. So you have the Marvel's Zatanna, and then Agnes is obviously Agatha Harkness. She has the brooch, and she doesn't have when they were doing the wall of names, hers was conveniently missing. They think that maybe the whole town is dead, is a theory that's going around because Vision was dead. Obviously the hexes, hex bolts, hex themes. That's why there's hexes everywhere. Honestly, I've been loving these episodes because it is a Easter egg hunt,
Sure.
and you're rewarded for your Marvel knowledge. So the twins' names go back to the two demons that possess the twins, and they turn out to be the Young Avengers later, Speed and Wiccan.
Wiccan.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see if this is a Mephisto thing, if this is a Dormammu thing, if this is just House of M with just Wanda being the catalyst for this whole event. Will Photon / Captain Marvel / Pulsar, I mean, Monica Rambeau has had a lot of names, even her own name in Next Wave. Will she have powers, formulate through this?
Yeah, I think they gave her mom a nickname on the wall.
It was Photon in quotes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So really, I mean, honestly, I think they're killing it. And I like the idea that Kat Dennings is like the positive kind of like hype. And also she was an intern when she was in Thor Dark World 2. And now she's actually an astrophysicist with like a doctorate. And man, she's charming. She's not just saying meow meow. She's like asking for coffee. Oh, step up.
No, I mean, yeah, I think that it's always great when you have good actors. You have excellent source material to actually use, not like how they tried to for Agents of Shield, they would name drop, they would do shit like that, but they would pretty much force it. Everything was kind of like almost semi CW, where it's like
I would say some CW is actually better than Shield was.
Well, what I mean
Season
to that
2
point,
trash.
Yeah, is just again, you don't have any respect for your viewer or your audience, and you just think that they don't know shit. And you have to tell them and force feed them everything. That's just dumb.
I think part of it was they were trying to sell the Inhumans, and the Inhumans just in general, they don't mean anything to like Marvel fans unless I don't know. Because like we have enough aliens, the X-Men are plenty oppressed, and they have cooler powers, and they're just like royalty. So like, how are you, the reader, supposed to be like, yeah, the Black Bolt, really cool? It's like, maybe not really though. I think Karnak is neat, but I don't love him. And Lockjaw is cute, and he is probably the only thing that could do his own like Pet Avengers spinoff, which they've done in the comics. So give it back to you. Sorry.
No, not at all. Actually, one thing that I wanted to comment on too, Paul, and I think I jumped on your Facebook feed when you started talking about it, how WandaVision treated the
Wonder Woman 84, bringing back a dead lover. How it was just like, we're not gonna body snatch someone's body, then have like instantaneous sex with this poor person's body. Yeah. That was, and just in general, like it's Vision, and we have like leading theories because they were kind of trying to make him independent of the stone in Infinity War. It was the last time we saw him. The fact that he's like a few miles away from Pittsburgh, I'm like, wow, did the Wakandans just like airdrop his body and just, you know, I don't know how Wanda got a hold of it after Endgame. So, and she is technically or canonically the strongest Avenger, because that's when Thanos was like, bring the rain, decimate everything but our troops. So love it.
Yeah, I guess with Wonder Woman 84, I just felt like I wasn't. I mean, I understand the social environment, but like at the same time, like really, when you think of Greek gods were always fucking with mortals. You know, like through all of history, body snatching ain't no thing. Like it shouldn't be a big thing, but obviously
She's not. I mean, well, isn't the whole thing she was made from clay, right?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
she's a demigod.
That was her original original story, and then they I don't know if they retconned it again, but she made her actually the daughter of Zeus. Did they retcon it again, like in the last 5 years?
Probably.
Well, I didn't read Rebirth,
probably
so I'm thinking they did.
Yeah, in Rebirth, that's where they really kind of made her, for the most part, Hercules. You know.
Well, but still demigod. I think every demigod is still a person of the people. Normally with humble beginnings, or they have to save somebody, like Theseus.
Did he get in trouble again? I think he got in trouble again.
When is he not in trouble? That's when it's weird.
He is always in trouble.
I forget, was Wanda one of the ones that was turned to dust in the snap?
Yeah.
So so they still have to explain that.
Oh no, I mean she came back to fight
yeah.
Thanos in Endgame.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's been a while since I've seen it again.
I bought a new chair, like one of those vibrating like stereo chairs for the floor, and I've been watching Endgame. It's been great. Going through them all. Super fun.
Does it also tilt like the 4D theater chairs?
It's a rocker. It's a floor rocker. Yeah. So I love it. I feel like Mobius. Cause my chair is giving me like bad back problems, and now like I'm in a good place. It was worth the money.
No, it's a good investment for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just, binge watching the fuck out of all the Marvel movies.
Oh, dude, yeah. Or just movie. So like my TV like has horrible bass, and it just like vibrates the back of the screen, and now I'm like, oh, that's what she was trying to say. Okay, that makes sense. The devil does wear Prada. Do you guys have any theories to WandaVision so far? Like, who is the witness protected person? The only thing we know is it's a male, because he goes he, and we lost him. And then the first agent to go in.
I'm not sure about theories necessarily, but I do like the idea that everybody's magic based, minus Vision. So I think this would be sick as fuck, because I think that there was one of the podcasts I listen to or YouTube videos is Emergency Awesome. I enjoy his shit. He comes with some good ideas. But I think he was just showing videos of the different actors talking. And then Cumberbatch came on and he was talking, I guess, I don't know if it was a Zoom call or whatever, but supposedly he's going to have a connection in there. Yeah, cameo. And we'll see. I mean, it seems kind of early, right? Because the Doctor Strange movie isn't supposed to be out until end of the year?
But he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie first.
Yes.
So
So if everything becomes more magic based, that can be kind of cool. Like say if, one of those characters, the black dude, if he's maybe voodoo, whether he's brother voodoo, or
you're talking about Herb, the next door neighbor, who he always has like a cutting implement, and we thought it was Whirlwind from the Masters of Evil, because he like cuts through the wall, but I don't know. Brother Voodoo, he's not Jamaican enough. I'm sorry that.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't
For-
want them to go the route of Mephisto, just
Yeah.
because I hate the Spider-Man. What is it?
One more day.
Brand New
Another
Day.
day. Yeah, brand new day.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst.
Yeah.
Like that dropped Spider-Man like 2 levels for me, because Joe Quesada is a horrible fucking editor.
Yeah. It was terrible. He just
Makes dope
changed the
variant
picture.
covers though.
So I don't want Mephisto for that reason alone. Like I don't want anything near that kind of stupid.
Well, he's gonna be in Loki in the multi-universe, right? Well, there's Easter eggs. There's a stained glass window, and it's like the devil. It's like Mephisto in it.
Okay.
So I think that's a clue. Also, did you notice in episode 4 the anagram for cosmic? It's CMBR, which my friends think it's nothing, but I was like, why would they Cumberbatch? They're referencing, the actor. So Doctor Strange. I'm really like fine tooth combing these viewings.
Yeah, that was in a lot of ways too. That's what I think Mandalorian did too for a lot of the hardcore Star Wars fans, right?
Mhm.
So with the actual like different languages, and just showing how deep the mythos is, really like highlighting that.
Yeah,
So.
the lullaby that Wanda sings in the 3rd episode, if you have South American Portuguese subtitles, you can understand what she's singing to the babies. And she's basically talking about like, making your home your own, and like something about light. So what ends up happening is the lights flicker on and off when her power surges. It's just so much smarter. And on its surface, I suppose people could be bored, but I don't know. It's just fun. It's like the magic show was pretty funny, I thought.
Oh, that was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the main complaints of the first 2 episodes were didn't have enough Marvel, and this episode, finally gave us that Marvel, so those people can, quit complaining. So if you don't like it after this episode, then I guess this show is just not for you.
I guess.
I like
I'm a
the
huge fan of
weird
that.
and the silly and
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
Nick?
need blood every episode. I don't need someone to die. So, and those drones, they're pretty funny. Like how the beekeeper, how he came in underground and then his lifeline turned into a jump rope, like the old school ones with the plastic tips. It was very cool.
Yeah, it's so nostalgia.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah. So, have you guys watched any other because I know there's like on Netflix, there's like a new movie, right? Almost like not every day, but
I've been catching up on old stuff. I finally watched The Queen's Gambit last week, and then this week I started watching Warrior. So
what'd you think of the Warriors so far?
I like it. Yeah, it's pulpy. I think the main lead, his range isn't quite there as an actor, but the action's cool, and the side characters, they've actually took some time to try to build them up into fleshed out characters. So
I don't know. Like for me, I'm not sure what episode are you in right now?
I just started season 2.
Okay, so I feel one thing that they do really cool, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen this done, but how they show they're speaking English, but then really someone comes in and they hear them speaking like Cantonese or a different dialect.
I think one of the Valkyrie did it, and so did Hunt for Red October. I think was one of the first ones to do it. So that's where they got the idea from. Actually, was that movie.
Sean, you were just waiting for this moment, weren't you?
No, it's just
I love what Sean, he's like, that's what it is. Ninja.
Someone always has to keep you in check, and that someone is me.
Oh, you motherfucker. I'll drink to that, actually. I don't mind it being you.
All right, cheers.
Hi.
What else are you guys watching?
I've actually, so I haven't had access to like DC Comics in a while, and then I found like, a digital venue for it, and I've been catching up on like Deceased and the Three Jokers, and then I got Marvel Unlimited, so House of X, Powers of X. I hope we get a Sinister soon. That's like sassy in like the movies, because he's so awesome. I love him.
Yeah, Bar Sinister with just like a ton of them, just
Yeah.
trying to kill each other and shit. It's
Oh yeah. When you like meet the Sinister, you think it's Sinister. He's like, no, and then just shoots him in the head, stabs him. You know how it is. It's Sinister.
yeah. I don't think there might have been sassy Sinister before Hickman's run, but Hickman still knows how to write it like really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read all the volume 1s of Dawn of X, and then I'm about to start volume 2 of House of X and Marauders.
Yeah. Have you seen? Oh, go on.
No, please go ahead.
It's actually not related to comics, so whatever you're thinking
Okay.
probably is more attached.
No, I was going to ask Paul 1.0. Have you read any of the House of X stuff or any of the Hickman X-Men stuff?
I've been trying to keep up with Excalibur and then the main X-Men, but I'm probably behind by like 10 issues. So no, nothing recent.
No, I mean, yes, you have. when Paul 2.0 or P Lau or Paul or Mew Mew, what do you name Mr. Plow?
I mean, Mr.
Mr.
Plow's
Plow,
fine.
Mr. Plow. So Mr. Plow, when he was talking about like reading comic books, like, catching up, I actually got jealous because, so I try to do weeklies, but then it ends up happening as I get all excited about it. And then I stop, and then I watch some TV show and I binge on that shit, and then I forget. And then I go back to the comic store and rebuy books that I didn't think I read, but I just bought the variant of it or something, which I fucking hate when I do that. I mean, come on.
Why don't you previews, pull box? That's what you're supposed to do. Be organized.
See, the problem with the pull box is you get some person with heavy hands and fingers or greasy fingers, and then you get it, and then you pick it up and you look at it, and it has this big old thumbprint on there, and it's running the ink down. And it's like, fuck, motherfucker. I like pulling my own shit off the rack or being able to.
What you do is you have a pull box just to guarantee a copy. And then just go to the shelf anyways. Switch it out.
Yeah, the back issue boxes are different. I think we're talking different stuff, right?
No, it's the same shit. It's all the same shit.
Well, because pull box, you're supposed to have it like stored by your comic book guy, and they have to have faith that you'll like come back. Maybe not 2 weeks, but at least a month if they have the storage space. Otherwise, I feel bad for comic book store owners that are just like, I'm just holding your shit, man.
So speaking of that, so there's this new company coming out called Bad Idea Comics, and it's the former guys that were part of the Valiant reboot, and so they're going to this new format where it's floppies only, no trades, no variant covers, $3.99 price. I think it's a higher quality print, and so you can only get it from like out of 500 comic book shops around the US. And so basically, they're trying to get people to go direct market to the comic book shops instead of waiting for trade or, Marvel's stupid 40 variant covers for Eternals that's no one's going to buy, stuff like that.
I think it's all based on your community, right? Whether or not you have an urgency to get a weekly book, right? Or just depending on your reading habits too. Like if you can't wait. But the thing is, like, when I was, a comic book collector, they would either just randomly cancel like a Black Panther run, or I read Ultimates and it just take Brian Hitch forever to draw, like a year. So I hope that they can like have a good schedule without diminishing quality from the artists.
So yeah, they already have stuff ready to go.
That's good.
And a lot of these series are just they're either 4 issues or they're one shots. So that's for the for the hand, I think like maybe there's a half dozen, 6 or 8 titles. They're either 4 issues or a one shot. So and you can only, if you order number 1, you have to order 2, 3, and 4 of the same quantity.
Gotcha.
So speculators are, and it's 1 per customer. So they're trying to get rid of the speculators too.
Wow.
But still, this will still, go for probably high prices on the secondary market.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool. I never heard of it. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it's cool. First, I think the first comic run is based on ENIAC, which was one of the first supercomputers built by the U.S. government during the atomic era. That's a 4-issue series, and yeah, it's coming out in March. So that's early March is when they first hit. They already had one limited release out of nowhere, and that book's like hundreds of dollars right now. But this one is, I forgot the writer's name, but they do have some big names, like Jeff Lemire is part of this, and there's some other writers that I haven't read their works yet, so I couldn't tell you their names. But yeah, if you're one of those 500 shops, maybe check it out. See how it goes.
That's cool.
Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up, Little Things. I recommend it.
Oh yeah, no, you mentioned that. It just
Did I?
it just dropped on
Did I bring
HBO,
that up?
right?
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I was looking forward to that. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about your penis. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's only little
Asian
only little when you talk.
Good, great comeback. I barely felt it. That's what she said. No, but yeah, Rami Malek and Michael
Jared Leto.
Morbius and Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks
and it's
fantastic.
Like, I mean, no, I'm not gonna say anything about it really. It's a thriller. Denzel's being Denzel. I don't know. It's like old man Wolverine, like Denzel in his old days. He's like still fucking badass, and like he's maybe not as move as fast, but man, he could still do some shit.
Yeah, he's an angry dad.
I watched Equalizer. Yeah, he could still do some shit.
Yeah. But Rami Malek, I mean, I've only watched maybe 3 of his films. Guy's such a just good, really
you need
subtle
to check
actor.
out watch Mr. Robot on Amazon Prime. It's what made it was how he blew up.
Oh, really?
It's only 4 seasons. It's a very cool hacker show.
He blew up from Twilight. He was a vampire, I think.
I didn't watch Twilight. So
I'm joking.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't a vampire. That's a bad joke. Actually, a good joke.
What? I don't know. I just know he was in Twilight.
He's always like,
what? His giant eyes?
Yeah, his giant eyes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, when they casted him as Freddie Mercury, I was like, well, we'll see how this goes. And it's like, oh, okay, this is not at all terrible. This is good.
No, definitely. Definitely real good. And I mean, Jared Leto, or is it Leto?
Leto.
Okay.
Joker.
Man,
Leto.
He is just a scene stealer. He's just that guy. Just fuck, man. Very impressed with his later body of work as an actor. Still love his a lot of his OG music. What was his band called again?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars. But man, talented kid. He's gonna go places.
I think he's older than you are, man. He ages really well.
Yeah. Long hair and facial hair will do that though. And then if you're going for like an Iggy Pop kind
so
of
is that what you're going for,
Paul? 2.0.
You're going for the Jared Leto facial hair and long hair.
So I've started noticing my the women on my family side go bald and then the men don't, but my dad doesn't grow long hair and my hairline is like it's pulling back. So if I can keep growing it long, here, I'll take my hat off. I don't know. I'm getting like more real estate up here. It's getting thinner. I drank some vegetable juice. Today my hair is a little fuller. This is some cutting edge material here.
You got some really nice hair, bro. Like I could say, so I cut my hair today, and my hair is definitely not as long as yours. You got some really pretty.
It's Cambodian hair. That's what they talked about in the Boondocks. They're like, real Cambodian, just like our breast milk.
I think Shonda's extensions might be from your town.
My cousin,
you're gonna get in trouble for that. If you're murdered tomorrow, we will know why.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna like touch Sean's like head and like pull on it like a Santa beard.
You know what? Just for you, Mr. Mew, I'm gonna keep this shit down the whole time too.
So do you even know the billionaire that you that won the lottery in Michigan? Like, what is he, like down the street?
I don't. So it was from Novi, which is like an hour and a half from here. It's one of the richer Detroit suburbs. So
a rich bastard. Nice.
Yeah. So some rich bastard
became a billionaire
at a Kroger's. Fucking won the $1 billion.
Fuck that guy.
I'm gonna go hunt him down.
Good luck.
Hey, I tried. I bought a ticket that drawing and I did not win. And that's why I'm still on this podcast.
You bought 2.
Sean, you're not going anywhere, even if you become a millionaire, bro. I'm gonna grab you.
That is so much fuck you money. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Sean would have
buy GameStop.
Well, you don't need that much money. You just need like a 735 credit score and 2 forms of ID.
That's money. That's serious. Oh, so a GameStop. Speaking of GameStops and how like they continually try to like revamp and try to just stay in business. I mean, they are some hustlers, right? So GameStop, they're a franchise, right? Or yeah,
I don't think they are.
No. Okay. Anyways,
they are.
Yeah, so the GameStop, there is a GameStop that I go to. It's maybe like 20 minutes away from here because what they do is, I think they used to do LAN games in the back room, but now they do Hero Clicks there. So that was like the one last place that I used to play Clicks at. I haven't been back there obviously since like, maybe May or June. I don't know, when I was still brave and stupid. But yeah, haven't been back since.
It's okay.
And we don't know how many people are going to be back for Clicks.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue with Hero Clicks. Tell us, Sean, jump in.
Oh yeah,
Hero Clicks decided to announce their rules updates. So they published 3 articles. The first article was they want to eliminate pushing damage, which is basically when you're in the game.
What?
If you want to,
sorry,
for your smaller figures, if you want to sacrifice some life to take an extra action, you can do that. And sometimes there's strategy. So it gives a little bit of risk for some possible reward. And they're doing away with that. So every single little 30-point character can now push twice. Your 0-point pogs that you spawn can go twice before they have to rest.
Oh my god.
So
Golden Age figs. Yeah, go on.
They're getting rid of Indomitable. That symbol no longer means anything, even though it's coming out in both the 2 sets coming up. So that that they did not plan this very well at all. Willpower
really quick, Sean. Sorry to interrupt. Hey, Paul.
Which one?
You, OG Paul. So you were like, you participated, right, back in the day with like rules and
playtesting.
Yeah, playtesting, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I did it all the way. I think from like Sinister all the way to Hammer of Thor.
Oh shoot! Right before the big break.
Yeah.
So where is this coming from? Like, I mean, obviously it's a different group of people, right? Because I think that WizKids.
Yeah, they have different designers that they come from other game companies or they have other gaming backgrounds. And they'll come in, design a few sets, and then exit out, and someone else will come in. At least that's how it was for a little bit. Because I knew a person who helped with a few of the sets, and you can definitely see like there's certain different styles of the game design, and you can also kind of tell like when the most recent Avengers set with the Ultron chases and the Thor chase and all that, like they just ramped up the stats and the powers, and it's been pretty consistent since then. But they each kind of just have like their own style, and you can kind of tell. But yeah, as far as like how they play test now, I'm not sure exactly how it's done, but they did used to do it. I know. I don't know if they still do as much. Someone said they do, but who knows?
I don't believe that.
They don't have.
Well, I think they do, and then they don't listen to any of the feedback that's given to them.
Isn't it like a team of like 6 people? I think that's like one big problem. Another problem is they don't have a template. So it's just like you start from scratch with each figure, and then from set to set, like the meta and the power levels are just random. Do you guys remember Superman Legion of Superheroes?
Yeah.
How if you pulled a chase, you just didn't use it because it was garbage, but all the figures in it were really good. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think the worst one was the Teen Titans set. The only thing worth anything was the team bases in that set. Everything else I guess was okay. Like Deadpool wasn't like directly powerful, but the support pieces were really dope. And then all the Batman stuff, that was a lot of like depowering. I don't know. I like the gimmicks and I like the themes, but then they like dumbed it down by making the points 5s or 0s because we had a winner with like 5 points over or something, or 3 points over his build, and people were pissed off.
What gets me is I just don't understand how they have the audacity to try to change things up when, first of all, not many people are playing in stores.
Yeah.
So wait, you're trying to get more players in the game, but by dumbing down the game,
reasons are they're trying to get new players, and we'll get to the second article where they're removing powers because they feel bad. That's literally what they say.
It just doesn't make any sense because I mean, honestly, I think when you deal with tabletop games, like you have kind of like this little brother, big brother kind of vibe to it. Like when you're new to the game, you get excited about it and you want to learn more and you want to figure out how to be like a finesse player or learn different strategies. So it's good that there's layers of difficulty to the game. And when you take that away, it just makes it like, okay, like, why don't I just go to a massage bar and just get blown off or whatever and not deal with this relationship? Like,
what a weird metaphor. I was just going to say, why don't you just play Dice Masters? Because it's easier to transport and collect. It still has themes and cards, and you don't have to think as much because it's more dicey.
So there's been argument. Yeah, people were actually saying that on HC Realms about the changes. So first, they got rid of Indom. Willpower is now roll a 5 or a 6, and you remove a token from yourself. So a lot of people were like, what the hell? No pushing power and all this bullshit. We're going to quit. And then they released a second article, which they are benching.
We've heard you.
2.5.
1/3. They're benching 1/3 of the powers. So in a Wonder Woman set, Wonder Woman has no super strength. Cheetah has no battle fury. Miss Martian will have no shape change. They also got rid of Perplex in this set. There'll be no pulse wave. That's all right. Let's see what Leap Climb is going to be out. And then, various other ones.
Battle Fury,
No willpower.
Earthbound Neutralize.
Yeah, and that's more of a thematic one. Like, that's your civilian and you haven't powered up type of mode. Precision Strike is going to be gone when they have a new Wonder Woman trait that allows shape change. No, sorry, super senses. And then, no hypersonic speed, no invincible, force blast, or support. So they did it because to help attract new players, and some of these powers feel bad.
Okay, so first of all, let's be real straight up on this shit. There probably, and this is an international game of HeroClix, there's maybe not more than 15 to 20,000 active players that are like playing the game. There's probably more collectors than anybody, right? And that's not to say that a lot of the comic shops that went down during COVID, or even game shops for that matter, I mean, who's buying this, right? So is this really the end game for like whiz kids where they just like, fuck it, we don't care, we know you guys are buying our shit? So
I think they said that their sales were actually up slightly during the pandemic.
Yeah, board games are, communal still.
But to your point though, there are less shops now because shops have closed during the pandemic for good.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm looking at it in a different way. Like, it's stupid, right? It doesn't make sense. But I've never really been much of like a tournament gamer or whatever. A big reason why I opened my own kind of like have my own venue is because I was shitty at the game, and I wanted to have a chance to like be able to actually enjoy and play the game when I initially started back in like 2010. So like, I don't know. It was initially for me, the game was pretty intimidating, but it was mostly because of the players, and everyone was just trying to play some stupid meta cheese. But with all that said, I don't know. I feel like, at least for me, I'm happy and fine with teaching friends that are interested to play the game, and then just play golden age rules or silver age rules, and not deal with this stupid bullshit. Because when it comes down to it, they're already showing what they think about it, right? They're like speaking on it and saying like, oh yeah, no, we'll make a few adjustments here or there. But it only really affects the modern game. It affects the tournaments, really.
Yeah, so after the second article came out, there was even more people on the Facebook pages that were saying, and HC Realms that were like, okay, this solidifies it. I'm quitting at least for the next few sets, especially for this set that's coming out, in spring or whatever. So, yeah, I think I don't think they thought it through. They don't know what they're doing.
I think they're panicking because of closed venues, like you said. Also, too, maybe their design team is like, there's just, because they keep bringing in new people, there's no like legacy designers, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the reason I super enjoy HeroClix is because they'll take a random character I don't know shit about, and they'll show you the back issue, they'll give you flavor text, and you'll be interested. And then I'll go and I'll like try to find that book and try to read up on them. And it's kind of cool how the meta kind of like forces you into that. On top of that, flavor text, it makes it immersive. The maps make it immersive. When I played War of Light, that's a lot of books to read, for that kind of event. And, and then too, like you can kind of personalize your pieces You know, they get like a personality of their own. And then the meta stuff, that's HC Realms. That's the community, you know.
Sure.
You're bouncing ideas off with like strangers, but you're recognizing each other's skills. And I do miss that part of HeroClix. What I don't like of HeroClix is the amount of money draining from my account as you know, like I'm like, oh, I could have bought a car with this. Why didn't I do that? But
well, speaking of the money, right now actually might be a good time to start playing again, because if in fact there is a shitload of players that leave the game, there's going to be a lot of like panic selling on Facebook or on HC Realms of their collections.
There's been quite a few people in the last week that have been posting full collections.
Yeah. I saw a fucking Deadpool set, a full Deadpool chase set sold for like less than like $200.
It was $400. Yeah.
Oh, was it 400? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a big deal, because that one, I mean, the Ultra Chase piece by itself, it still holds its value at like 150.
Yeah, he was selling it for 130, and then all of them for 400. And then I don't know if it was an increase, but it seemed like there was more people saying that, oh, who wants to buy a collection? Yeah.
And then one other thing too is I know from just seeing, like I think we talked about with the pandemic, that WizKids is making more. I think Sean pointed that out. With the Spider-Man set in particular, I saw that when they sold out of the set, the chases, and some of these chases aren't really all that playable, but just because of the scarcity of the product, they were going way higher. Like there was a point where, obviously before they changed certain pieces, like Hammer Eye, like he was going for maybe like $45, $50, but then he was going for 85 because the set was sold out and people couldn't get it. So, and they wanted it, or whether they're completionists or whatever. I mean, he's a cool piece. I mean, it's Spider-Man, so.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to see it as an opportunity where I'm actually able to get some chases that are like still at that normal $50 price, $40 price, or even less, you know? So
after the second article and the backlash, they published article 2.5.
Wow.
Is it just an asterisk and 5 sentences?
Yeah.
It's so delicious. This is so
in reaction to that, they were like, oh, we feedback, we heard your feedback. And then we're gonna reverse some stuff about the pushing damage. You can do it for people with activation clicks, and then
exactly. That's how the Hulk works.
Yes, it would have crippled the Immortal Hulk, and then
people were already trading them off and selling them off.
Oh no, big time,
same
big
day.
time.
Yeah, so and then they're like, oh, here's a preview of some figures, so you can see them, even after the benched powers and stuff. So,
if you're gonna still,
no, go
if
ahead.
You're gonna still have white powers, or whatever I hate saying white power, but look at me say white power again. That still complicates the game,
Yeah.
So like you didn't really do anything.
And the main thing is benching powers and doing all this stuff will not bring new players to the game.
Did you see this, Paul? Did you see this article?
Yeah, I did. And then, I mean, they already an errata the first day. And then, I mean, now there's a new team ability. And like you said, it's like they're benching powers that are the same across the board for every character that uses them. But then they're still having like 2 or 3 different special powers on characters. And they also said that I guess the more common figures are going to have less special powers. So all the special powers are going to go towards like super rares and chases pretty much. But I mean, Donna Troy's got 2 traits and she's a uncommon. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's not beginner friendly. If you have a CUR and everything better is, the higher rarities.
It's a really cheap, like 60 points. And you got 10 movement with flight and charge. Invuln.
Oh, you've been away for a while. That's like
that's the standard.
Is probably overcosted now.
Oh, okay.
You have 40, 50 point people that can
charge flurry for 3.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have you have like a 300-point team, and it's like 12 pieces.
Yeah.
What did you idiots do while I was gone?
No,
Not you idiots, but whiz kids.
The Captain America Avengers set that Paul was talking about, they power creep the hell out of it. Like no one has less than a 10 attack. Everyone's like 11 and 3 damage, and that's
Yeah, and everyone's like 20 to 30 to even 40 points cheaper than they would have been like 2 years ago.
My God.
Like that Don Choi dial with 2 team abilities and all the reducers up front they'd be close to 100 points.
I never used the Titans ability or the X-Men ability. Almost never.
Oh, the Titans got better because Titans Reborn trait. If they do a move action now, they do it for free. You don't even have to lay a token down for it.
Well, okay. No, that's really good. They can carry to do it too?
Yeah, it's regular move action.
Wow, and if you have a micro character, you can carry too. So I don't know. It sounds dumb.
It really is, I think, situational. There's going to be a lot of like people are going to obviously react on the internet the way the internet reacts, right? But and I was talking with Paul about this just because he's been playing the game longer than all of us. Is like, how do you really feel about this? I mean, this is what they always do, right? But again, it's just different, right? Because the timing is the case that this is an in-person game. The reason why you're not playing a video game is you want to play on a physical board and have that social interaction. Well, guess what? You can't do that unless you're, in a group less than 10 or whatever the CDC says, and wearing a mask and all that shit. But
just make a different bracket. I've been playing since the Infinity War and then Hyper Time after that. And yeah, we didn't have what we have now. But like I said, if you have those like special powers, multiple team affiliations, and like certain synergy bonuses, I mean, you still have like a lot going on. I think getting rid of the core powers is dumb. So whatevs. Especially in Dom. Like tempo is important in Hero Clicks. And willpower and in Dom, it kind of like willpower, you have to sacrifice a defense stat. And then
what made you go from beginner to intermediate was knowing when to push.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, because as a beginner, you never pushed, but once you got used to the game, that's like one of the first milestones is you learn when to, okay, I'm gonna take a click of life and I'm gonna whop you. That trade-off is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of been going this direction too when they started putting dials on the cards, and then now your opponent can look at the card to see what the dial is. So it's kind of taken away, I don't know, a lot of the risk gain kind of assessment of the game itself. So
well, you did have cheaters though that would not click the proper amount. Part of it though is quality control, because the dials used to have like a very shallow like digit, and you had to have a ring to turn the dials back in the day. And then we have this very sweet boy, but very weak in the thumbs, and he would just have so much difficulty clicking his clicks, and we felt bad for him. But yeah, having your info and your intel, because it's supposed to be what you're supposed to do as an intermediate player is to know your tech, or else you get Fausted at Worlds, and then you get real salty about it. And then I made all my money for my plane ticket on the Battle Royales, because cleaned up.
So Sean, are you officially quitting the game?
I had quit, not thinking my crappy polls would not amount to anything, but so I said on last episode, WizKids had gotten back to me, so they did send me some product for, usually when you buy a case, you get a chase and you get a prime.
Mm-hmm.
I got neither. After they they upped the price, and so boosters are not $15 each. bought a case without either of them. So they did send me a Chase and a Prime
Apocalypse?
here. So Apocalypse and Zorn and like some team up cards from the Justice League set. So that was nice of them, and thank you WizKids for doing that.
Did you have to prove it? Like, did you have to do like a live
Yeah,
unboxing?
yeah. They were asking me like, the purchase and then some pictures of the receipt and stuff, but
Okay, that's good.
yeah. So you can't just like, make it up, but I wasn't the only one, and there were others that said they had the same kind of pull, and there were others that said they wrote angry emails. So hopefully WizKids righted the collation with those people. Not all of us were as lucky as Paul or
Paul killed it.
or
Paul.
Charles.
No, I mean, my case was normal. I've been killing it on just pulling the boosters off the pegs.
Right.
This set killed me on the pegs too. 11 boosters from various shops with maybe 1 or 2 super rares. Yeah, this is just one of those sets that just screwed me royally.
So what's the tax over in Michigan?
6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
Ours is 11%. So yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be like
I mean,
$18
tax-wise,
per booster.
yeah, but it's just, I don't know. Now that if you buy 2 boosters, it's already $30.
Yeah.
And you double rare, that kind of hurts, man.
How are the sculpts? Because I remember they're doing like a lot of, bus stop poses.
They still have bus stop poses. They also reuse sculpts from Xavier's school, which was 3 years ago.
Wow.
So they're just bigger, reuse sculpts that are painted different. And the paint's not better either.
No.
I hate that when it's gloss, but then you get like good ones that are like matte or metallic. And they're dope.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
They're mostly matte. Like, this
that's a
sculpt
chase,
looks all
isn't
right.
it? Oh, okay.
This is an uncommon prime.
Yeah.
So this is a new sculpt, but there's more detail in the cloth. Whoops, the cloth here. So
Right.
and this is a new sculpt also.
I imagine every chase is a new sculpt.
Yeah, the chases are new sculpts, but you have the same Polaris sculpt, the same Havoc sculpt,
Which makes perfect sense.
Gold Balls is the same sculpt.
Yeah, egg shooter.
I saw like a stupid like the size difference. The Mortal Hulk from the cap set, beautiful sculpt, direct from the comic book cover. For Al.
He's smaller
Al
than
Ewing.
Cyclops.
Yeah, he is now smaller than Cyclops and Gambit.
And Corsair. Corsair's a freaking giant for no reason.
Is the base wider? Oh my god. What am I looking at?
That's Armor from the new set, and then Harry Leland, who's got some stature, but that's
he's just got bad posture.
There's a Hellfire Club. You cannot be taller to get in this club.
He's top heavy. He's top heavy.
Yeah, basically the old sculpts are to the
armpit.
shoulder of the new sculpts.
I like Armor when she has like the clear plastic. That's what makes her like.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That was still one of my favorite pieces. Like I could never trade her away.
Yeah. At least
that's a new Apocalypse with Harry Leland.
Oh my!
Like Apocalypse should be bigger.
Should be. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
But why is Cyclops and Corsair? Why are they giants compared to? Even Professor X is a giant compared to the old sculpts. Yeah.
I guess that's where your money's going, right? Bigger's better.
That's what they said is better sculpts and better paint.
It's all the same. It's just bigger.
That's sad.
It's bigger sculpts and the same paint.
The whole point of me playing HeroClix was so that I can hide my collection.
Yeah.
Now they're bigger. I can't hide it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I used to use
your
tackle
storage,
boxes.
You carry less now in your storage boxes because they're bigger.
I use these from Target, and
yeah, I used to do that too.
Pretty much filled up, and I don't even have the entire set yet. So.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the collation was so bad that some of the uncommons, like people were having problems pulling uncommon Wolverine, and in my area, I think in 13 bricks we still haven't seen a rare Proteus among like
I got
4 of
3.
us players.
I had 3 in my case.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Freaking humble brag here.
You
No,
want
I keep on pulling. Like we're getting a bunch of Prestiges and Storms over here. So if
Well,
you need
guess
one
what?
of
You
those,
know, yeah, there you go.
let me know.
Yeah, you can have them.
Okay, so moving on from Whiz Kids and their continuing fumbling of their supposed, top moneymaker. Did you guys watch the Kong versus
Godzilla trailer.
Godzilla? Yeah, the God versus King trailer. What were you guys' thoughts on that?
I
Do you like
just watched
Mecha?
it when we first got on air. So,
Oh, okay. Way to be honest, Sean.
Do a live reaction. That's content. Watch Sean shit his pants. Let's go to the pants shitting cam. Let them fought. All right. I'll be back.
No,
Hey,
but
Paul,
yeah, I grew up on I grew up on all the old Godzilla movies with their crappy dubs in the US. And I think I watched the original King Kong and the 80s remake.
Okay.
And wasn't there another one recently?
Oh yeah, there was a Peter Jackson one
Yeah.
that was way too long.
Is this a continuation of this Kong of Skull Island?
Yes, I believe, because they teased Godzilla as a stinger in that one.
Okay.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
But that's on HBO Max right now.
So
Yeah.
I initially went to go watch, I think, Kong. And I was super high.
This is also a continuation of the Godzilla film with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in it.
What?
The Godzilla film that had WandaVision.
Okay. That's awesome. So they're trying to get some continuity going with it.
Yeah,
you know what? Actually,
in
it
the
wasn't
Marvel
Kong.
and MCU, they played siblings, and in this one, they
Yes.
played lovers. So it was kind
great.
of creepy.
Creepy but sweet. Especially when they kiss, because then you just feel it in your stomach. You're just like, oh, that's so Targaryen. No, it was actually Godzilla, and I was super high. And this was like when it first came out. This movie came out like 5-6 years ago, right? Or maybe even more. Godzilla, the one with Breaking Bad guy in it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
he was in it for like 2 seconds.
Well, and it was one of those movies where like my buddy, he's like, yeah, let's watch it. And we went to the front of the, and I was just like super high, and I don't know what type of was indica, up or downer, but I got so sick to my stomach, I had to get out because like the sound and like being so close to the screen, and then just hearing the like I was like, oh, I'm out of here. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good rendition, bro.
What about the 90s Godzilla? Do they reference that at all? Or is that just
I
forgotten?
hope not. I hate that one.
The Matthew Broderick one?
Fucking, they had velociraptor-sized baby Godzillas falling on marbles at a mall. Who the fuck are these assholes making this shit?
But yeah, there's been 2 Godzilla films. So the other one was Godzilla King of the Monsters, I think.
Yeah.
So I did watch both of the Godzilla ones, and then I even watched the
King Kong.
I think Shin Godzilla from Japan, which that's not in this continuity, but that one was kind of cool. That one was kind of funny. It was about Japanese bureaucracy and how they made it a shit show when they're trying to deal with Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just it's cool to see more of these like big, obviously theatrical releases.
This is one that like I want theater for this one.
You just gotta you gotta invest in a sound bar, bro. You're gonna have more money from the clicks you're not buying.
No, I need a 3-story Godzilla and 31 speakers yelling at me to fully enjoy this experience.
Well, you can get like a microphone like this and then sit on that. And then
sit really close to your TV.
Then take 2 gamer headsets, put one facing this way so you have both the X and the Y axis. And then do what Paul said. Sit really close to the television. Or drink not wormwood. What's it called? The one where you chase the green fairy, or take some sort of psychedelic. That'll really help. Yeah, absinthe, but like imported absinthe. Maybe that's what you need, or mushrooms. I don't know. Or try acid for the first time. Who knows? Get weird with it.
So I'm going to brunch tomorrow at this new bar that just opened up, and it's a really cool concept. But they are all about they're all about the aromatics. So they actually make their own vermouth. And, I think for most people, they think of vermouth, they think of it being just like something that they put in a martini or whatever. But it's actually pretty fucking good. Yeah, it's not strong. It's not super strong. It's like a 6% alcohol ABV or whatever. But
it's a mixer.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just, and they have like 2 different flavors. Really nice, really nice. We are social distancing. They play really good music there. They have open windows. But we're going to be sitting in a booth with 2 of our friends. So we'll have our masks on when we're not eating or drinking. So take that, Sean.
I'm being responsible and not eating at restaurants.
Yeah. I mean, I'm done kind of like trying to convince people like what they should do or what they have to do. Cause like in the stand-up community, there's people still booking gigs despite Dave Chappelle catching COVID from Elon Musk, which is several names I'd never expect, and Joe Rogan being like the reason. But
Joe Rogan looks like he has COVID every day of his life on his podcast. He looks so unhealthy.
He eats an all meat diet.
That's because he moved to Texas. Texas people are just unhealthy.
I will say, I don't know. The Texas white people looked unhealthy, but I don't know. When I was in Houston, I met a lot of healthy looking people. So I know you're ripping on Omar.
No, not at all. Because he knows that I have a much better diet than he does. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl.
What?
No, it's not.
Next week.
It's next week?
Yes. There's skip a week.
That's so stupid. Well, that just shows that you're right
on
in the right
9th.
If you thought it was tomorrow too, you were in the right podcast.
That's all right. You can just edit that.
I'm not gonna edit shit. I'm too lazy for that.
Sports ball.
Yeah. What is that?
That's awesome. You did the T, the Kermit the Frog T meme. So good. Sports ball, pinky time. I'm gonna crack open a twisted tea, so nobody say the N-word until I'm ready.
Do it, bro. He's been waiting for this. I saw him totally get his twisted tea. I was like,
all right, I'm gonna go grab something then too.
I don't think I've had twisted tea yet.
Me neither, but it's like sold out. Like it's pretty funny.
It's sold out.
I think it's because like people be tripping.
What company makes it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go
twistedtea.com. Hold on. I mean, you should have got it when it was hot.
What is a parent company that makes that?
Yeah, you'll have to Google that.
Oh man.
Are you gonna buy stock in it?
Yeah. I'm gonna go long it on Robinhood.
Yeah.
To prove a point.
Yeah, Twisted Tea Brewing Co. I don't know.
All right, good for them.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. So since our last podcast, I think the Twisted Tea memes were already around, and then
Bernie
when inauguration came around, the Bernie memes have been everywhere. I think.
Gosh, the Bernie memes. What's your favorite one? Let's talk about this. Let's round table this.
Oh, I do like the rap album covers where like Bernie's just like superimposed in there in the background.
I like the Soul Calibur mods.
Oh, we should.
Oh my god, yeah! Someone show that shit. That is so good.
Oh yeah, there's also a Battlefront one with
yeah.
Bernie in the chair with the Darth Maul
Darth
lightsaber.
Maul double blades.
And yeah, he just ran around.
It's just too much. Like, how much further can we take this?
Every anime one is not just copy and paste. Akira,
the
Spirited
one
Away,
is one of my favorite ones. Yeah,
like they're killing it. There's some talent out there. I wish Bernie had that for his campaign. If we could just memeize everything, so sick.
No, Bernie would do too much good for this nation.
I know we don't
everybody else look like shit. No, we really don't deserve Bernie. We don't.
But having said that, some good stuff has happened, like the cancellation of prison contracts, the banning the misuse of the word Wuhan in like a negative context for when talking about COVID. As an Asian who would like less hate crimes, hey, I like it that it's official. So.
Yeah, I had a cousin in Japan who was trying to counter argue about how it was okay to use that term. And
yeah, you're in Japan. Everybody's Japanese. If it's a hate crime, it's a minority against the majority. Whereas here, it's just we have a lot of guns and we have acid and it's not safe.
No, it's not.
I mean, when it comes to like racism, I always hate that, like when they whitewash a character like Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell, like the Japanese.
Oh yeah, I was yelling at Charles about it. He's like, "Oh, it's just acting." Okay, so that means if it's okay to whitewash Asian characters, are you okay with blackface?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Ghost in the Shell. I mean, it's obviously everything about that should have been done on a different level. But the fact is, Japanese people just love white people.
Well,
and so they were really happy with Scarlett Johansson. And if the movie was made for anybody, it was made for Japanese people to see like their Hollywood superstar be on the big screen. But, the normal person that purveys in anime and obviously cares about more than just, has sensitivity to more culture. Obviously it's wrong. So
I would say I would be okay as an Asian American, not speaking as just an Asian in general, but Asian American specific, that if we had more representation, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But because we have so few roles, especially when it's out of context for a stereotype, that's why we need to have Asian people do it. Also, too, I don't like watching bad action, and please either hire a stunt person, make like a Battle Angel Alita? Is that the name of the movie? That was a badass.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I was fine with it. And it's a better vehicle than having the Major and her Japanese like compatriots. The thing about Naruto is people will be like, oh, he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid. But the way he moves, his culture, everything about him is Japanese.
Sure.
And I don't see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person encapsulating that here in the States. So, I mean, just see the Last Airbender if you want to get some.
You have Aang being
Aang
in the cartoon being played by a white kid. You have Goku being played by a white kid. Tom Cruise is the Last Samurai.
To the credit, Last Samurai is the plural of samurai. So he was just around with the samurai, but he still played to the Great White Hope's trope.
Yeah, then you have Tilda playing the Ancient One.
Yeah. And she didn't know why that was offensive.
She was Celtic. She was a Celtic Ancient One. Come on, man.
No, fuck that. She's racist.
She took that role. Yeah, Crazy Rich Asians starring Emma Watson. Wow, you are a rich Asian. Wow. Owen Wilson as the Chinese guy. Wow. Hey, that's my mom.
There's that other movie coming out with Owen Wilson and Salma Hayek. I'm not sure. It may be out already. I think
Is
it's
it
on Amazon.
Desperado?
Not Desperado.
Oh.
That's
Banditos Part 2.
No, it's what is it? It's like something. It's like it's almost like kind of Matrixy, where it shows people that are like in a different world, but you can't gravitate towards the things that are like material or whatever. And then you go into the other world.
Are you
I
talking
don't know
about
the fucking
Soul? Because you're describing the plot to Soul, which I enjoyed. Oh
Or-
yeah.
Or the last 12 Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, that Bernie one. The Bernie, anything Bernie and Baby Yoda is just everything.
Yeah.
Like Baby Yoda saved us. Saved. It wasn't for Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda saved Star Wars, man.
Not only
He
saved
really
Star
did.
Wars, he kind of just saved everybody from COVID.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
He auto-corrected every misstep by Lucas.
Ooh, we gotta talk about this. I read about this. It's like it may be just be some internet bullshit, but supposedly because of all the hysteria behind like Filoni and Favreau, like just killing it with Mandalorian, supposedly people are saying that they're going to do a retcon of the most recent was it the Star Wars trilogy that everyone hated except for me for The Last Jedi, because The Last Jedi was fucking amazing.
Last Jedi is great. It's just,
Yeah, it was amazing.
it's just a little
So,
clunky,
but
that's all.
the trilogy, they're saying they're going to do it in a similar fashion where it's like, I guess, 2 seasons, but they're pretty much going to retcon it and retell the story. How stupid is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we just not touch that shit anymore?
I heard they're gonna retcon Galaxy's Edge to OG trilogy instead of the sequel trilogy.
Well, it's not like
That's-
anybody's at the theme park, so
That's pretty expensive.
I heard they were gonna make Galaxy's Edge just be kind of more like timeline fluid, so you pretty much see anybody there throughout any of the main.
That would be the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, the 9-episode timeline. So anything in between.
yeah. They're making the Avengers world though, so that should be ready.
That would be. Yeah, I'm waiting for that one. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool that they're having the cast members like basically be superheroes and they have to come up with their own like storyline of who they are, and so that's kind of cool.
Whoa. That's really freeing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you have to make me work this shit. God damn.
What's that?
I don't know. It all came out wrong.
Hey man, I just want to be the Hulk, man. I don't want to wear a shirt or shoes to my job, but I want to get service on my break.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Black Widow. I think that's just coming out in Disney Plus soon, right? Did you guys read about that?
No.
The cave.
Delayed until like May.
Well, supposedly it's not going to go past that. So I think, we're seeing that obviously for Disney Plus to compete with Netflix and HBO Max, they got to put out the good shit.
They got to put out.
I mean, if you're going to get that chicken dinner, then you got to take care of that winner.
Yeah. We, I would love it if I could expect to all of us to have our vaccines by May, but the Dodger Stadium vaccine spot in LA, there were protesters.
Yeah, they had to shut
today.
down because of stupid protesters.
It's like, you're not going to get it. You're not saving anybody.
It's
And
sad.
you're exposing more. I don't know. Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah.
Then there's these stupid people that go to brunch instead of socially distancing and spread it to more people.
Yeah. People that do that have to get a reservation, like 3 weeks in advance because there's only like 4 tables in the restaurant that seats 20 people. So
if you still get it though, if you get it.
I did recently get tested for antibodies, and I learned something new from my doctor. She said that you can take an antibodies test and it is only going to show you if you had it in the last 3 to 4 months. So it's not going to
Yeah.
say
Was
Your
yours
body
you've
burns it
actually
off.
I
had
think
it.
we all knew that.
was yours
Oh.
rapid, or was
No.
it just no?
No, she just had me bend over and she put the swab in my ass and like that.
No. You're supposed to take the other
You asked for
test.
2.
Yeah,
She's
you're my
she's a-
age. Wiping
she's
is
a
gonna be a
Wuhan.
nightmare.
No, I hate toilet tissue. I only use wet wipes.
Oh my god, your poor plumbing.
Okay, Randy.
Lord. I use 3 seashells. I don't know about you guys.
So Paul, this is your fault, first of all, because you decided to have our recording be at past midnight for many of us.
Sorry.
Thank you,
But you're
Paul.
worth it.
I'm on the
But you're
West
worth it.
Coast.
This is
I had to make sure.
the
I appreciate it. I had to make sure the kids were asleep.
this is the late night edition.
Okay, let's play a game with Paul's Marvel Legends shelf. I want to see if you guys can identify.
I mean, I'm pretty sure between the 4 of us,
Professor
you can.
X, third shelf.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have my glasses on.
I
Even
can't
better.
Hold on. You can see the other half.
Oh shit!
Damn.
All right,
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Paul
you better
wins.
you better get a
Paul
better
wins.
different. You better get a different
Oh.
screen, bro.
maybe he's Paul 2.0.
Crazy.
No, the flex is real. Like
Yeah. This is how I display my.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even have like all the pieces of Wendigo. That's just his ass.
which one could you find?
Because I
Dude, those
bought. Huh?
Those build a figure pieces. Build a figure. That's such a fucking con, bro.
I know it. Yeah, absolutely.
People just go on eBay and sell them, like the completed ones.
Yeah, but I want to pay $15 for Thanos's purple arm. I'll buy fucking stupid ass Songbird, even though I have no place for her because I don't have a
No, I think
Thunderbolt.
for like before Toys R Us went bankrupt, they just sold Groot, like a full Groot in the packaging. Like he was a Build-A-Figure, but
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy got too popular.
they yeah, there were sightings of Marvel Legends at Five Below, and they were like $5 each for
Oh,
the
damn.
Guardian set, and I was just like, ugh, why is it I always get the ones with just the Star Wars Black Series, and it's not the good ones. It's all Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, I was showing Omar earlier. Yeah, I got the Mandalorian and Child Black
Go ahead and
Series.
show us again, bro. How about that?
Show me.
All right, you bastards.
Show me.
He's so proud of it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Baby Yoda. Whoops, there's glare.
Reflection.
That's how I know it's like mint, except for that corner. A little white on it. Looks like it was dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get like whenever they come out with like a Hot Toys version of that as like some kind of statue or something, because I need to get
Baby Yoda, the
Lone
Hot
Wolf
Toys
and
one.
Cub. Yeah, like Lone Wolf and Cub. Like you can't get a Lone Wolf and Cub like sculpt or statue for less than like
I think it's
$600.
I think it's like $300 for the
Yeah,
Baby
it's
Yoda.
expensive. Yeah, so
But he's
Um,
like to the show size.
yeah.
Just use the universal excuse of I'm not buying HeroClix anymore, and I can afford things now.
I
What
mean,
is the-
no,
what-
that's me for the next 2 sets. I
What's-
think we were talking about it earlier. Like until
What?
they tell us collation has been fixed,
Yeah.
there's no way in hell I'm buying a brick.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going to definitely get a case, at least of Fantastic Four. Going back to your question earlier, Mr. Twisted Tea guy, this ninja is all about the first family. So, and Doctor Doom and Doom. So I'm excited about getting a Doom, another Doom that has the Future Foundation and FF key.
You can
So,
get DJ Doom in front of the
yeah,
console there.
definitely have to, and all those fucking cool ass Masters of Evil and Cosmic pieces. So I'm excited about that set. It's coming out like next week. right?
No, they pushed it back. I think to
What?
first week of
What did they
March.
push it back to? March?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Well, I guess.
You got time to save. You should get 2 cases because it's a Doctor Doom chase.
Yeah,
game.
that's what I did last time. And I got really happy and lucky and got him.
You got
And some
your
guys
Doctor
like,
Doom.
Johnny Storm's my favorite. Where is he in this set?
Oh, they got the like legit super powered up Nova version of Johnny Storm, where he like takes the
Are
cosmic
you guys seeing the
rod.
stream?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Frost,
No, we're looking
the
at it.
snowman.
Yeah.
I love how we were totally like shitting on WizKids. Now we're pulling their website up again.
We're shopping.
Now we're shopping. Hey, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and get me that shop. I'll pay you back.
No, but like the thing
Hold
is,
on, I'll find
we
out,
can
find
still drool over the product.
Yeah.
You just can't support them. So you buy Cure, and then you buy the pieces if you're going to play competitively, or your favorite pieces separately, and you save money, right?
Right.
Like
In
a Cure's
theory.
100. In theory, correct.
I think we're at that point where
Cure's 50 to 60.
it's time for us to do the after hour show. So we are NerdinIn, and you can find us on all the different social media platforms. For Instagram, we are nerdin_in. For YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, just NerdinIn. Find us there. You guys got some shit to pimp?
You can catch me on Twitch at the Keek Show on Thursday, I guess 1 a.m. on Friday morning. But yeah, Thursday evening, we do an after show for the WandaVision show. But since Disney decided to just have a billion Star Wars shows, and then Winter Soldier and Falcon show right after WandaVision, we'll just be doing that weekly, essentially. So, and don't give us an angry emoji on Facebook, because we're not going to stream a Disney Plus show on Facebook. So that's where you can catch me.
Sean.
I have nothing to plug.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Good night.
GameStop.